Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode of The Grandstand here on the Ohio Patriot Education Network YouTube channel. I am, as always, your host, AR, the Ohio Patriot. And for today's episode, we're going to talk about future lawsuit Ohio Patriot Education Network versus the City of Columbus, Mayor Andrew Ginther, and the entire Columbus City Council. Why are we going to be suing the shit out of these motherfuckers, you ask? Because the anti-gun fucksticks in the City of Columbus don't understand that Ohio has preemption, have already been sued multiple fucking times based on that, and still want to fuck around and find out. And we are going to bring such a fucking lawsuit straight up their fucking asses, like you piece of shit, Zach Klein, that we're going to fucking own your ass, bitch, and we're going to make sure that your fucking bitch ass is no longer ever holding any political power ever again in this state, because you'll be in fucking jail for the rest of your goddamn life, motherfucker. Yeah, I'm fucking pissed. It's fucking bullshit, dude. These fucking cocksuckers, these fucking Bloomberg paid little puppet bitches, know for a fact that they hold zero fucking ability to pass any local gun control in the state, and yet they're still trying to fucking do it. And what I mean by that, we're going to talk about this video out of NBC4 Columbus from earlier today, which was Columbus sets vote on gun control, which I believe they said is going to be December 5th, so most likely you'll be hearing from my lawyers come December 6th, motherfuckers. And you'll also be hearing from the plaintiffs in this lawsuit, because we will find people in the City of Columbus to sue the shit out of you and be the plaintiffs for the Ohio Patriot Education Network, dude. Because I know those fuckers at Buckeye Firearms are too much of a bunch of fucking little fud fucks to actually take any of their money and bring the lawsuit up your asses. OPEN does not have that fucking does not have that FUD mentality, though, dude, because we're actual 2A patriots in this country. We're not a bunch of bitches that sit there and fuck around at the Columbus State House like Buckeye Firearms does, or like any of these other FUD fuckers like NRA does, and watered down legislation that's supposed to be pro 2A, like constitutional carrier, stand your ground. No, we want the good versions of it. So anyway, we're going to watch this, and we'll talk about, we're going to stop periodically to talk about the stupidity here.
This is what this situation demands. This is the response.
Yeah, for those that don't know, this cocksucker right here is Andrew Ginther. He'll be the first person we're suing the shit out of come, most likely the next 2 or 3 weeks here is what it'll be, because he's an asshole. And this dude, it's like, dude, how the fuck are you still mayor of Columbus after the last time that you were sued over preemption, like a year and a half or 2 years ago now at this point? Like, seriously, everything that this cunt does is fucking try to pass the buck when he is the worst fucking mayor that Columbus has ever had. And I say that verbatim, dude. He ain't one of the worst mayors. He is the worst fucking mayor ever in the city of Columbus, dude. Because he wants to sit there and let violent criminals, violent fucking terrorists like BLM and Antifa rule the fucking roost of that city, not put their asses away for fucking decades like they need to be put away for because of their fucking terrorism. By the way, I'd like to point something out, dude. Over 2 years ago now, about 26 months now, maybe 28 actually, I'm not exactly sure, like May, June, someplace in there is when it happened, of 2020, you had the State House windows broken out. Still yet to this day, no one has been charged with those crimes, dude. No one's been charged with vandalism, terrorism, anything. It's fucking bullshit, dude. And you're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars in damage that those assholes caused just at the fucking State House alone. Defacing all kinds of stuff in our various chambers and stuff like that. They went around to the state Supreme Court area, defaced a bunch of fucking statues in there, graffitied those up, and nobody's ever been charged with anything, dude. And it's all because of dickless Andrew Ginther, dude, being the fucking piece of shit mayor of Columbus for like the past decade or more. And this is the problem right now with the state of Ohio in a nutshell, dude. It's fucking douchebags like this, dude. When I talk about the Democrat help pockets of the state, it's because of fucking dickless mayors like Ginther, dude. Because of pussy ass bitches that don't care about law and order and want to fucking sit there and pass the buck onto actual Ohioans who give a shit about the Constitution, who give a shit about this fucking country, who actually obey the law, No, he wants to let a bunch of violent criminals, a bunch of fucking gangbangers who shouldn't even have guns in the state to begin with, because they're already violent criminals, dude. They already have felony records and stuff like that at this point. What he's talking about is people with stolen guns most of the time committing a lot of the violence in this state, dude. And no, it's not gun violence. It just happens to involve firearms, but it's usually done by career criminals that your dumbass or your fucking dumbass prosecutors and shitty ass DAs in that fucking city keep letting off the goddamn hook with fucking slaps on the wrist because they're all bought and paid for by George Soros and company, dude. And that's the entire problem right now. But anyway, going back to the retardation that Ginther was bullshitting about here, which was common sense gun safety. You know what common sense gun safety is, Andrew Ginther? It's actually having a fucking gun to protect yourself versus a violent criminal and putting that fucker down permanently. That's what fucking common sense gun safety is, dude. It's killing the fucking criminal who's trying to kill you.
This is what this situation demands. This is the response our residents deserve.
Meanwhile, Columbus leaders say local gun legislation is needed to make the city safer. Thanks for joining us for NBC 411. I'm Sierra Johnson in for Carrie Charles.
I'm Colleen Marshall. Council members have introduced three proposals that they call common sense gun safety legislation.
I'd like to point something out with that too, by the way. Proposed three proposals, right? All three of them are unconstitutional for a multitude of reasons. And we'll talk about that in a couple minutes here. We're going to continue on, though.
One, though, was on board with them.
NBC4's Eric Halpern has been speaking with those on both sides of the issue.
The three proposals were introduced earlier this month. Tonight at City Hall, there was a hearing on them, more presentations, and the public's first chance to share their thoughts with council.
This is about keeping guns out of the wrong hands, advancing gun safety.
So I'm going to point something out. City council member Shayla Favor, you will be named in this lawsuit that we will sue the shit out of you for, lady. You will be one of the many, many city council members that will be named in this, because I know your bitch ass is going to vote yes on this shit. Even though it's unconstitutional, even though you're an oath-breaking sack of shit. In fact, you know what? I might go find every single name of every single member of the Columbus City Council in the next day or so, and do an Oathbreakers episode just on you fucksticks. And Mayor Ginther, for that matter. Because we haven't done Oathbreakers in a while, dude. And I think it's about time we do one of these things, dude. Because there are way too many fucking criminals holding power in the state of Ohio, especially at local levels, that need to get their asses fucking bitch slapped back down, dude, by constitutional rights advocates like myself. But I think it's also funny, too, by the way, that they do this literally 2 days before Thanksgiving. Like, really? How the fuck are you still in the ability here to do stuff, man? It's fucking ridiculous. So we got a troll in the chat there. And that person's blocked.
Advancing gun safety, and most importantly, protecting our community.
Columbus City Council member Shayla Favor and other city leaders say three proposals brought to the table this month are all about safety and reducing gun violence.
This is not anti-gun.
Yes, it is, Dickless.
Safety.
Do not let Columbus be added to the ever-growing list of tragedies in this country. Pass these common sense gun regulations that most Ohioans want, and once again...
How much you want to bet if I look up Grace Schultz, her name will come up with Moms Demand Action next to it? I almost guarantee that, dude. Or Students Demand Action, or fucking Every Town for Gun Safety, or Giffords, or some fucking, bought and paid for fucking shill for something. Maybe March for Our Lives, who knows? There's so many of them anymore.
And will save lives.
The proposals include
I know they won't save
banning
lives.
civilians from having magazines which can hold 30 or more rounds, punishments
Banning civilians from having mags that can hold 30 or more rounds. Yeah, pretty sure we already had multiple Supreme Court cases in this, including the fucking Bruin decision. So you would literally be breaking Supreme Court rulings at this point, assholes. Although, to be fair, it's never stopped cunt-ass bitches like Kathy Hunkle in New York, even though she's been slapped with lawsuits many, many times now, and I believe the most current one, they slapped her again with it, and it got knocked, rightfully so, to a circuit court, and they ruled that, yeah, it is unconstitutional for what New York's doing right now, dude.
Can hold 30 or more rounds, punishments for those not safely storing guns when they know a child could get it, and criminalizing straw sales.
This is again just political posturing.
Okay. So I gotta say something about this last two. So banning anything of 30 rounds or more, unconstitutional. Leaving guns where you know kids can get it. So you're forcing safe storage requirements on people, which, by the way, have already been deemed unconstitutional at this point. Number one. Number two, let's go ahead and throw scenarios out there right now, right? You got a kid, 10, 13, whatever the case, be home alone, latchkey kid, like most are these days. Criminal tries to break into the home while the kid's alone, dude. Oh, that child happens to know where mom and dad's fucking gun is at, or mom or dad's, or whatever it is, dude. If they're single parent, doesn't matter anyway. Mom's 38, dad's 357, whatever it is, dude. Somebody's 9mm. They get that gun and confront the criminal with it, dude. And they just save themselves because of that. There have been so many stories like that, dude. Hell, there was a story I heard about like a year or so ago. It was 3 teenage girls. It was like 18 or 19, 15, and I think the youngest one was like 12 or 13. It was the 12 or 13-year-old that was the one that actually grabbed the gun and ended up popping 2 criminals with it. Because if you're smart and you actually teach kids proper gun safety from young ages, they're not going to know not to fuck around with your guns, is what it is. That's the whole problem, dude. It's the curiosity that gets kids killed. If we actually had proper safety training courses and proper education of firearms, which is what I really want to see happen in these schools in our state right now, in the state of Ohio, dude, as well as across this nation. You teach these kids from a young age, dude. You teach them from kindergarten onward is what it is, man. And so they know not to fuck with the guns is what it is, dude. Because the curiosity is not there anymore. If you want to talk about common sense stuff, dude, let's talk about that kind of stuff. Let's talk about actually having real education programs in our schools now. But no, you fucking Democrats, you fucking sacks of shit will never talk about that stuff, dude. Because you don't actually care about it, is the whole point. You don't actually care about helping kids and helping families. All you care about is banning people's constitutional rights to keep and bear arms in this country because you're a bunch of oath-breaking sacks of shit, is what it is. And of course, then you got Dean Reek from Buckeye Firearms here. The issue I have with Dean and company there at Buckeye Firearms is actually this. They have a bunch of money. They have a bunch of lawyers. They don't do jack shit, though, dude, for the Second Amendment in the state. In fact, they're some of the ones that were watering down constitutional carry when it was passed less than 6 months ago now. They were the ones that helped put the Terry stop shit in there, dude. Along with the NRA, for that matter. And yeah, it's a bunch of crap, dude. It's when we had it's when people like me spent over 300 days of our lives getting shit done in this state, calling up the lawmakers, getting on the phone with them, having meetings with them, etc. Let's get this done. And then it's these assholes showing up when we're on the fucking 1 yard line and being like, oh, well, now we're going to actually care about the Second Amendment because it's almost there from other gun groups like Ohioans for Firearms Freedom or Ohio Gunners or whatever it was, dude, at that point. It wasn't until then that Buckeye Firearms or the NRA jumped in there, man, and tried to take credit for everything. Which they had nothing to do with, by the way, except watering down legislation. So fuck all y'all, man. But yeah, if Buckeye Firearms is not going to sue the city of Columbus over this shit, dude, I will. Because I'm sick and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of these fucking municipalities thinking they have any goddamn rights in the state when they are 100% breaking our preemption law for about the 18 millionth time at this point. Have already been sued dozens of fucking times over this shit. Have lost dozens of fucking lawsuits in the past 20 years over it. And yet continue with this crap, dude, is what it is. But anyway, let's go ahead and hear what D-Rink has to say about this.
This is, again, just political posturing. I don't think that most crime in most cities are committed with anything other than handguns.
which is something that's been true for a long time. They just don't like ARs, and they want to ban them.
Due to ongoing litigation surrounding state law, which prevents local governments from making their own gun laws,
That's called preemption.
Greek with the Buckeye Firearms Association also questions if Columbus can even take this action right now.
So here's my problem with what this Eric guy that was the reporter dude said there about Dean Rink saying if they could even do it or not. We already know that they can't, dude. That's the entire point. It's already been proven that fucking the pieces of shit in Columbus have no legal authority here because of state preemption laws. The problem is it's time to lawsuit their asses and slap them down again. And this time, for the last time, because this is going to be the last time these cunts are in fucking office, dude. Because it needs to be not only a lawsuit against the city, it needs to be a lawsuit against these individuals and bankrupt their fucking asses right out of office is what it is, dude. Ginther, Favor, Klein, etc., dude.
Columbus has no legal authority to do any of this. And frankly, I think it's irrelevant. What they're trying to do is to say that their spike in violent crime, especially in 2020, was somehow the result of recent firearm laws passed at the State House.
We have a unique opportunity and, frankly, a responsibility to do something about it. Others have failed at the state level. We will not fail here. We will proceed until we're told otherwise by a court to stop.
We have already told you that shit, you dickless piece of shit, Zach. We've said it multiple times, dude. The fucking Bruin decision that the Supreme Court handed down, asshole, alone makes the shit unconstitutional. If you want me to personally come down to Columbus and shove a fucking lawsuit set of papers straight up your fucking ass, dude, literally pull your fucking pants down and shove them straight up your ass, because that's where your fucking head's at right now, dude. If you need me to do that, I fucking will, bro. If you really want me to do that, son, I will, motherfucker. Because that's about what's coming to me right now, man. And I'm fucking sick of it, man. And I have no problem, no fucking problem doing what I just said, honestly. Now, granted, I am speaking metaphorically. I'm not going to physically yank this dude's pants down and shove a fucking bunch of papers up his ass, is what it is, because that'd be nasty. Plus, you know, yeah, that's just gross. But anyway. But no, seriously, though, man. Like, it's fucking ridiculous entirely, man.
Testimony. 5 of them are against the
Okay, I want to go back on this for a sec, though.
Told otherwise by a court to stop.
There were 6 people who spoke during public
6 people that spoke
in favor of the proposals. Another 6 sent in.
6 people in favor of anti-gun shit, dude. What the fuck is this? Some 1913 let's create the Fed shit right now, dude, for God's sakes? Like, for fucking hell, man. 6 people? Are you fucking kidding me, bro? 6?
Written testimony. 5 of them are against the
And then 5 out of the 6 that sent stuff in are against this shit.
Planning to vote on the proposed legislation on December 5th. Local for you in Columbus, I'm Eric Halpern, NBC4.
So you're talking about 12 fucking people. 6 that were actually there that night. All testifying in favor of this anti-gun garbage, because they're a bunch of anti-gunners is what it is, dude. And then 6 sending stuff in, 5 of which were like, no, fuck you, you're not taking our guns away, go eat a dick, basically. The entire problem with people like Andrew Ginther, with people like Shayla Favor, with people like Zach Klein, is that they don't give a shit about the law right now, dude. If they did, they would have already looked at the Bruin decision, realized the shit that they're trying to push right now is completely unconstitutional and will completely break a Supreme Court ruling right now. But yet they refuse to actually talk about that because they know that what they're doing is criminal. They know that what they're doing breaks state preemption laws. And until they get the shit smacked out of them in a court of law, which is what Zach fucking needs at this point, dude, which is what Andrew needs, which is what Shayla needs, they're not going to fucking stop, dude. Until these fucking cocksuckers are removed from office by force in fucking handcuffs by the Ohio State Highway Patrol, by the sheriffs of this fucking country, by the Franklin County Sheriff, for that matter, who should have already been doing his or her fucking job. I'm not sure exactly which person actually is. It's a guy or girl at this point that holds that position. The sheriff's deputies in the city of sheriff's deputies in the Franklin County should have been already doing their jobs and arresting these assholes. This is the whole problem right now, dude. Is that law enforcement is refusing to do their jobs to arrest these fucking oathbreaker sacks of shit, dude, on charges like deprivation of rights under color of law, which, as I've said multiple times on this channel, needs to be a felony nationwide at this point, dude. The fact that deprivation of rights under color of law is not a fucking federal felony in this country right now is bullshit. It should have been a federal felony decades ago. And it should have definitely been state-level felonies across the nation at this point. Because that way, you would actually have citizenry having the power to citizens arrest these assholes. And the fact that we don't is bullshit, dude. I'm not sure that we have the ability to recall Ginther or any of these city council members not, dude, at a local level. I know you can do county commissioners and stuff like that here. I'm not sure if you can do mayors or city council members. You should be able to, but I've looked into that further is what it is. The problem is I don't live in Franklin County, so, and I specifically don't live in the city of Columbus either, so it's like one of those situations where it wouldn't even be an issue for me. It would be the people that actually live in that area would be the ones that have to bring the fucking petitions and stuff like that to remove them by recall votes is what it'd be then. But the entire point is, man, it's a bunch of crap, dude. It's a bunch of bullshit. You have these fucking ass politicians who don't give a shit about law and order, who let Antifa and BLM terrorists burn down their fucking city less than 2 years ago at this point. Or just over 2 years ago, actually, now is what it is. But yeah, just over 2 years ago now. And don't give a fuck, dude. And then want to sit there and talk about gun violence, which is not even fucking a real thing at this point. It's gang violence in most cases. It's a bunch of gang bangers and fucking multiple gangs down there killing each other on a regular basis. It's little shitbags that are fucking 14, 15, 16 years old, 12 or 13 in some cases, going around and shooting and killing people. Usually the same race, usually black on black crime at that point. Hell, there was one the other day I heard about here of some 15-year-old girl who was killed in one of the parks down there. She's a little black girl. And they finally caught her killing. It was a young black male. And it's like, bro, if you want to address the real, seriously, if the Columbus City Council and Andrew Ginther really wanted to address the fucking problems in their city, dude, start addressing fatherless homes, dude. Start talking about the lack of dads in these fucking kids' homes, dude, and actually deal with that legitimately by implementing something. I don't know, maybe a fucking Big Brothers program, maybe like a actual parental figure program someplace, community center, schools, whatever the case be, it doesn't matter, both maybe even, and start addressing the fucking problem, dude. Have male role models for these guys and these girls to actually look up to then. If they need a father figure to be there, they can call somebody. So they don't get caught up in that gang life or that fucking, other bullshit like that, dude. Or this fucking retarded ghetto culture we're seeing in this country anymore, it seems like. Which is about all right, sorry about that. My friggin' internet was going in and out again a little bit. So anyway, as I was saying, stop trying to assault the Second Amendment again when you know for a fact you've already lost multiple court cases over this exact same thing. And seriously, there was a court case I don't even know how long, like 2 or 3 years ago now, It was like 2019, 2020, 2021, someplace in there. Sometime over the last 3 years. They were slapped down very quickly for trying to break state preemption, dude. Ginther has tried this shit time and again, dude. Throughout his entire fucking career as mayor there. Like, at what point is he just removed from office, dude? At what point does Mike DeWine, current governor, get off his old fucking lazy ass and immediately call for Andrew Ginther's fucking arrest, dude, at this point? Or the same thing with Secretary of State Frank LaRose, or Attorney General Dave Yost, or Lieutenant Governor John Husted, or any of these motherfuckers, dude. Nail this dude's fucking nuts to the wall already and be done with it, dude. And I mean that seriously. Have his ass dragged out of fucking office in handcuffs, dude. And the same thing with the rest of the goddamn city council at this point, dude. They are some of the worst people ever elected into this fucking state, dude. At any level. They know what they are doing is criminal, and they're still doing it. Like, how the fuck are you not removed from office over this? It just blows my mind. I shouldn't even need to bring a lawsuit against these motherfuckers because they're already been removed from office at this point in handcuffs by cops. It shouldn't need me taking to go out and get a lawyer and sue the fuck out of these people for breaking state preemption and a bunch of other stuff. And by the way, if and when OPEN does sue the shit out of the city of Columbus, Andrew Ginther, mayor, and all these city council members and stuff like that, dude, it would be multiple different things, dude. It would be breaking state preemption. It would be defying the Bruin ruling. All of it, dude. Because even the Bruin ruling, for God's sakes, basically threw out everything at this point, dude. It threw out mag bans and threw out everything like that, dude. Because that's basically what they're trying to do at this point. They're trying to enact some bullshit that would essentially defy that ruling, which the entire point of the Bruin ruling with the New York Rifles Pistol Association versus Bruin thing was the fact that it was, you had all these sensitive areas in the state of New York that forced people to basically not be able to ever bring their gun outside. And that's basically what Ginther and them are trying to do right now. It's like, oh, you cannot have fucking magazines, 30 rounds or more and stuff like that. It's like, hey, dickheads. Every fucking standard capacity magazine for an AR-15 is 30 rounds, you jackasses, by definition at that point. Hell, there are some for fucking pistols and shit like that now that are over 20 rounds and stuff, dude. Technically, if you want to go get a carbine or something else like that, whether it be, you know, one of those Kel-Tec Sub 2000s or like a Ruger PCC or something like that, dude, you can throw a 33 round fun stick into it. You know, there you go. Now you'd be breaking the fucking law down there and stuff like that at a local level, which is absolute bullshit entirely because they can't pass these laws at a local level because, again, this is what's great about Ohio having preemption, dude. By the way, this is how Jared Polis and the fucking Democrats fucked Colorado about 4 to 5 years ago now because of the fact you had that fucking douchebag Polis and a bunch of Democrats take power there back in 2018 into 2019. And what was the first things they did in Colorado? They got rid of state preemption, dude. And that's why you have Denver and places like that now enacting local gun controls to where they have like local assault weapons bans and shit like that, dude. But what did that do to actually stop the Colorado Springs Club Q attack the other day? Fucking nothing. Because shocker, shit does not work. No gun control stops evil. The only thing that stops evil is putting a fucking bullet in its head, dude. Literally. It's a fucking firing squad. It's killing evil. The only thing that stops a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. Hell, you look at the guy who stopped Colorado, who stopped that Club Q attack, dude. The guy was a fucking military veteran who was beating the motherfucker with his own gun. He should have shot him with it, honestly. Especially after the dude killed his fucking son-in-law. And it's like, for fuck's sakes, man. But yeah, it fucking pisses me off, dude. And what's funny to me, right, is you have pieces of shit like Allison Russo, current state rep here in Ohio, wanting to bitch and moan about like, oh, the Republican GOP supermajority passes stuff in the middle of the night, blah, 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 blah. What the fuck do you think Ginther and those assholes are trying to do right now, dude? Middle of the fucking night in Columbus, dude. At some bullshit ass meeting. Oh, it's time for us to go talk about these gun controls now that we're going to try to pass like a week from now, even though they have no legal authority to do so. I'm just fucking sick of it, dude. And like I said, I have no problem with making Ohio Patriot Education Network a household name in this state by suing the fuck out of the city of Columbus, Andrew Ginther, and the city council. Because it's fucking bullshit, dude. I am sick and tired of it at this point, dude. I am so fucking sick of it right now. If nobody else is going to step up, I will. And I'm hoping somebody else does at this point that actually has the money, dude. Because I don't have the money right now. I would have to go fucking get a lawyer pro bono. I would have to go find plaintiffs in the city of Columbus. It's going to be a pain in the ass for me, honestly, dude. If the fucking people at Buckeye Firearms, Dean Rankin Company, do their fucking job right now, dude, they'd be the ones doing this, honestly. Or it would be our state, actually. DeWine's office, Yost's office, Frank LaRosa's office, whatever the case be. Governor, Secretary of State, AG, whatever it is there, man. Obviously, Yost is AG and LaRosa's Secretary of State. It would be one of their offices, though, actually bringing the lawsuit right now, dude. And I'm hoping that's what it is, honestly. I'm hoping this is what it is, honestly, dude, at the end of the day. Because we've already seen this happen multiple times, dude. The problem is, every single time this happens, they never remove these people from office. They fucking need to. It's fucking dumb, dude. Why are you letting an oath-breaking mayor and a bunch of oath-breaking city council members still retain power at that point, dude? No, you have them arrested. You have them arrested or removed from office based on the fact they have broken their oaths to office dozens of times at this point. Based on the fact they're committing deprivation of rights under color of law against every person in the city of Columbus, which is over 1 million people at this point, man. I think it's actually several million now, I'm thinking about it, that live in that area and stuff, dude. But that's the whole point. And when you have 6 fucking ass clowns, including that Grace Schultz woman, go up in there and being like, we're totally on board with this common sense gun safety, blah, 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 blah. Shut the fuck up, you moms demand action cunt. Nobody fucking cares what you have to say, Grace. We never did. Just like that fucking stupid bitch, Christine Woolworth, dude, who tried to bring a lawsuit against the state of her map redistricting and stuff like that after she and her fucking MDA fucking cunts failed to actually fuck over our constitutional carry and stand your ground in the past 2 years. They're fucking bought and paid for Bloomberg shills who want to sit there and claim, I'm a volunteer for Moms Demand Action. No, you're a fucking paid employee, bitch. We all know you're a fucking paid employee, Christine. Why don't you actually admit the fucking truth for once, you old fucking cunt? But no, you won't actually do that because then it would mean your ass would potentially be facing charges then, like the charges you should be facing for when you literally handed an envelope full of cash to Allison Russo in May 2021 during a House Oversight Committee hearing on constitutional carry, which, by the way, was never investigated, but is on fucking camera. The big envelope, big fat fucking thick envelope, dude, being passed between those two women is on camera. If any of the Republicans in the State House want to do anything about it, dude, go back to the Ohio channel. Go back to that House Oversight Committee hearing, dude, and start investigating Allison Russo and these fucking MDA bitches, dude. We already know they're criminals, dude. It's time to fucking, again, nail their fucking nuts to the wall, figuratively speaking, because obviously they're, women. But I guess it'd be nail their ovaries to the wall, but that just sounds weird and gross. But nah, seriously though, bro. Like, you fucking nail them to the fucking wall on that one, dude. And that's the entire point right now. I have had it. I have fucking had it with this shit, dude. And like I said the other day, I am so sick and tired of all the 2A bullshit in this fucking country, dude, where you have these people being like, oh, let's fucking play defense. No, it's time for us to go on fucking offense, dude. It's time for us to take the fucking first swing once in this country, dude. Seriously. It's time for us to take that fucking first swing and fucking knock a homer out is what it is, dude. Out of that ballpark. Run the fucking bases. Have it be a grand slam if nothing else, dude. 3 men on base already. Fucking nail one out of the park. We're up 4-0, bro. That's what we need right now. It's time to go on offense. It's time to take these fuckers down one at a time, dude. It's time to bankrupt these cocksuckers once and for all, dude. Hell, if nothing else, it's time to bring them such pain in these lawsuits and such financial burden in these lawsuits that it cracks open the fucking books and proves once and for all who their campaign donors are. Proves once and for all who is actually throwing them envelopes full of cash and stuff like that, dude, behind closed doors. And maybe then we can actually finally catch the Bloomberg types with their fucking pants down and get their asses in prison where they fucking belong once and for all at this point, dude. Because that's what needs to happen right now, dude. It's time for Michael Bloomberg to be in prison forever. It's time for Shannon Watts to be in prison forever. It's time for all these MDA fucking cunts to be going to jail forever, dude. And it's time for us to take back our fucking rights once and for all, dude. And make sure that America remains a constitutional republic for our kids, for our grandkids, for our great-grandkids. It's time for us to plant the seeds of the trees whose shade we will never sit under. It's time for us to forge a fucking legacy once and for all. And it's time for America to get back to square one, what our founders always wanted this country to be, was the constitutional republic that they fought so fucking hard for in 1776. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'll see y'all in the next one.